What's goody fam? It's your favorite Cuzzos D.
And your boy DJ G.
And you are not vibing with
This Drinks on Me podcast, baby.
Pull up, niggas, pull up. Hey, tonight we got another motherfucking special guest chopping it up with us. Brand owner, ADB180.com.
Yes,
the
sir.
biggest nigga I know. Pick you up and hug you like a fucking troll.
Yes, sir.
Go right on. Huge nigga. Give it up for motherfucking Brandon B.G Gordwin in the building. God damn it.
B.Gizzle in this bitch. Yeah.
Drinking a goddamn old school 40. To let
That's
you know
how
how
they
big that
do
nigga
it,
is.
man.
Only big niggas drink 40s.
That's the OG in him.
Goddamn.
Glad to have you on here, B.
Oh yeah, it's good to be on this bitch, you know what I'm saying? Talking up with cousin.
Yo,
Yeah,
D,
true
what we
Cuzzo.
bringing in
Real
tonight,
Cuzzo
baby?
is this bitch.
What we bringing in tonight, D? What's the
All
topic,
right,
baby?
so tonight, since I got two of my favorite people in the world with me, and we all married, you
Yes,
know,
sir.
two other people in the building, you know, they had a lot of experience.
Right.
One more than another, but still, the scale is real.
Hey.
I want to talk about a really taboo topic amongst husbands. And that's
Yes, sir.
marriage, niggas, marriage.
Yeah, baby.
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw the question out there, and I'm gonna see who want to pick that bitch up, like the Cowboys did the Falcons whack ass, and see who want to run with it.
Did you get that? Did you get that though?
And the niggas sitting around like Dito, Peepo.
Man.
So, what shaped your idea of marriage before you even got grown? What was
Hey,
your
let me get
idea of
this
what a
one.
marriage was?
Hit it,
Let me
B.
get this one. I'm gonna take this one. So look, what shaped me for marriage was okay. I had many different styles that I watched of marriage growing up.
Mm-hmm.
So y'all already know my story. You know how I went to different houses over the weekend.
Oh, yeah.
So I had y'all mom and pops,
Mm-hmm.
and then I watched Uncle Mike and Aunt Jackie.
Mm-hmm.
So I had these marriages, and then, you know, we got Charles and Chi-Chi and
Right.
all them. Rest
Right.
in peace to Chi-Chi.
Hey, Manda.
You know what I'm saying?
God
So
bless
I
them.
watched different marriages go full blown.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing I can say is I got different aspects and different meanings on how to maneuver in the marriage, what a marriage is, you know, how just to make your marriage work for all these years, to show what a man does in a marriage, to see what the woman does in the marriage, you know, and how to compromise on certain things. Because come on, let's be real. I learned, and we all know, I got Uncle Daryl's temper. Y'all his kids, I got his temper. So I watched Uncle Daryl and Auntie Barbara have a disagreement and still love each other, and it don't fester over to some bullshit.
Right.
I seen Uncle Mike and Auntie Jackie. I've never seen Uncle Mike lose his cool. I've never seen Uncle Mike
Nigga,
yell.
that is the truth. I've been sitting
I've
here thinking
never
that the
seen
whole
Uncle
time.
Mike yell. I've never seen Uncle Mike lose his cool. Uncle Mike can say some shit to you, and you be like, you know what? I did fuck up. That was my fault. You know
Right.
what?
Exactly. Yeah.
Hey, Uncle Daryl showed us how to fight.
Right.
Uncle Mike showed us how to speak.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So watching these different types of marriage, and that no time did the marriage fester. It was never, oh, I'm mad at you for these many days. I'm not gonna cook you nothing to eat. Uncle Daryl and Auntie Barbara have a disagreement about the remote, and goddamn it, Auntie Barbara will be like, babe, what kind of sandwich you want? Oh, you know, throw some ham and some cheese on that, baby. Thank you. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
And it's just watching that growing up from a young kid, you know, seeing that, like, okay, this is what marriage is supposed to be. And I think when people get married, they really do have to look at that background. Like, what did you see growing up in a marriage?
Facts.
Like, did you see good marriage? I've grown up around good marriage. A lot of people don't grow up around good marriage. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, to see these examples, I know how I'm supposed to maneuver when I decide to get married.
Yeah.
It didn't work the first time,
Yeah.
you know.
Hey, you know,
But,
they say the
Or
third
two
time's a
times for
charm,
me.
but you on two, so two is a charm for you. Daryl
oh
on
yeah,
eight.
I'm good.
No, I'm playing.
Ain't no
Yeah,
more.
I'm on
Ain't
3, my
nothing else.
nigga. It didn't work the
Daryl,
first 2
Daryl
for
on
me.
the 15th time is a
Hey,
charm, my
look,
nigga.
let me tell you something. I ain't going back.
It is.
I'm good.
All right, big bro.
All
What's you? And I go last.
right, so me, you know what I'm saying? I guess my experience with marriage, I didn't really appreciate it at first, what I saw coming up. Because you got to get to a certain point where you can appreciate the things you see. Like, man, mom and dad to me was like crazy at one point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Shit that I saw, it was crazy. Like, I didn't understand it, so it kind of looked a little dysfunctional to me at times. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, damn. But it wasn't until I grew up that I learned just how close love and insanity is to each other. You feel what I'm saying? And it made me appreciate, man, like, damn, okay, it ain't all peaches and cream. You know what I'm saying? If it's all good, that shit ain't real. You know, and it helps me, now with my struggles, because I used to be like, you know what, man, fuck that. You know,
Look
you
at
know what I
mine.
mean?
Roll them
You
quick,
know what
quick.
I'm saying?
Hey, you can be real quick. Like, hey, fuck this shit.
Yeah, look, nigga, fuck all that, all right? And that's just part of our growing blood, like, hey, but now, man, I can see, and Pop used to always be like, hey, man, if you want to win this shit, just let it go. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to hold on. And at first I'm like, nigga, how can you say that when shit, your ass always be crazy? But then as we got older, you know what I'm saying? It's like they just work. You know what I'm saying? It works. They both, like you said, it don't fester. They just work at that shit. Like, it
Yeah.
works.
And see, the thing that I always start with them, because just like you said, I think I'm the one who saw it from everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you saw marriage and have your aspect of how you saw it. But
Mm-hmm.
I saw everybody's different ways
Right.
of it. Because
Yeah.
everybody, like I said, I was at everybody's house every other weekend.
Right.
So
Right.
I'm seeing this full hand. So with them, like I said, it showed me what true love is supposed to be. And the thing with them is they know, I shall say, each other's love language. And you gotta know your partner's love language. Like,
Shit.
they know each other like the back of their fucking hand.
Oh yeah, yeah. They know it. Look, Mama always say it best. She was like, no matter what we going through, we ain't going nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, and I mean, man, I done seen them at points. You know what I'm saying? Where shit, they both done been at them points. I have been there with them. When they was crying tears, and at that point of shit, I'm just gonna, you know what, fuck all this shit. But like you say, B, and like me and D discussed in our last episode, you got to know when that enough is enough for you. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? And that is one thing I see with them. Even Auntie Jackie and Uncle Mike. Like you say, that nigga, he don't ever lose his cool. I ain't never seen them lose his cool.
I
Not
haven't either.
one time. You know? And Auntie Jackie, shit, she just is who she is. To be honest, I never seen Auntie Jackie lose her motherfucking cool.
I beg to differ. Not with Uncle Mike though. I seen him knock
Not with
Monica
Uncle
ass into
Mike,
the
but we
tub.
thought shit. No, we
I saw a
thought
sore
shit.
you can motherfucking
But see,
Monica ass
I
in the
didn't
tub.
see that. I wasn't there.
Sore you
Hey, I
can.
was there. I was shit.
Mhm.
Hey,
Oh, I saw that.
let me just put it to you like this. Let me put it to you like this. Auntie Jackie is sweet. We ain't gonna go into detail, but Auntie Jackie is
Whoop
sweet.
your
But she
ass.
got them
Yeah.
hands.
My nigga, she
She
got a
got them
motherfucking
hands.
uppercut and an overhand right like Mike Tyson.
Hey,
I'm gonna go that right now.
hey, she got them hands.
She on that
Nigga.
toe, baby.
Boy, when I tell you, I thought I saw a blue light come out them motherfuckers. She said, so do you get Monica asked me right in the goddamn tub. I said, well, there you go. All right, so let's
Look,
see.
go ahead, D.
All right, so molded, I guess you could say, what gave me my perception of marriage as a kid was, of course, the main people I saw was my mother and my father. And for me, it was like two sides to it. Like when they got into it, they really got into it. You know, that shit used to really bother me as a kid. I sit Indian style in front of the door because their way of communicating when it got to that point was always yelling at extreme levels of loudness. So
Yeah.
I was always on edge with that. And then it would be moments when that wasn't there and it was all love. And, you know, you had Uncle Mike and Auntie Jackie, which was always cool when I went over there. It was always all laid back, you know, boy, y'all badasses, y'all niggas and shit. Yeah. It was all, even when we was drinking they liquor and they knew we was drinking they liquor in the bar, they never like beat our ass.
Good at the bar.
They never just beat me, like beat us. Even when they heard me cursing up a storm as a child, they never like whooped me. They just laughed off and like, man, this little nigga crazy. You know, so
I'm the one who took the ass whoopers for the family. Shit.
Yeah, man, you deserved all of them. Anyway,
I even took some little girls' ass whoopers.
Not fully. I'm let you know now. You took like the good half of his ass whoopers because that bad half came later on in the night.
Look, it wasn't an ass whooping for me. I got the straight beat.
Yeah, he was abused,
nigga, in the ring.
But then, all right. So on the other side of it, I had like when they were with significant others, you had Uncle Terry, you had Uncle Carl. Our grandparents, we never saw the generation before, like our parents, because you know on Pop's side, Granddad was gone, and on Mom's side, Grandma was gone. So we didn't see that. The generation before us to show how they had like their marriage shape. Well, I didn't see it because my grandmother on my mama's side was gone and Levi was not around. You know what I'm saying? But so I didn't get to see what they imprinted. I learned about it later on in the funeral.
Right, you learned about his life.
You know, I learned a lot that I didn't want to know or know at the particular time. And Charles was tripping. But anyway, they were tripping.
Yeah.
Charles was out of line. That nigga was out of pocket. But
hey, Briggs was something else, man.
Bruh, dig. But
Briggs was something else.
So my idea of marriage as a child was like, man, this shit's wild. You know what I'm saying? It was dysfunctional. And love languages is important. But I also, once I learned about love languages and then I reflected back on what I saw as a child, I realized that even when they knew it, they didn't necessarily, they didn't proceed in that way all the time. Like they might have knew it, but they still didn't love the way that their spouse needed to be loved or even receive the way that they wanted to receive love because they were in their way. And then that made me just always look at shit as I got older, like, okay, I need to understand the person that I'm with. When I got serious, like when it was just, you know, I ain't give a fuck about what you feel like, nigga.
Right.
Just,
nobody,
you know what I'm saying? You know, give me a nigga a ham sandwich when I was eating pork. You know, yo, you got some food? You gave me some food. I get a Capri Sun. You know what I'm saying? Because in college, nigga, you ain't got much. So give me a Capri Sun, ham sandwich, and a bag of chips.
Give me some of these fruit snacks.
I know, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'll be eating kids' lunches in this bitch, but that was love for me. In college, I was like, bitch, I love you. You give me some fruit snacks and a sandwich. Nigga, we in love today. But so my idea of marriage, it was crazy. I put you like that. Like I had a solid foundation though on strong love. My idea of strong love was no matter what, you fight through it. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what I saw from Mama and Pop. Like they got into it. And, you know, it was always in my fucking room. But they was solid with it. Like a couple of days later, it was like,
like it never happened.
That's what I'm saying. And it was weird because I didn't know if they was doing it for me and Daryl or if they was doing it for each other at certain points. But then when Daryl got out the crib, it was still crazy. But then it'll fall back. So I'm like, all right, this is just the way these niggas are. And then when I got to my own marriage, I understood.
Right. So I never thought that, because like I said, everything that y'all damn near saw, I saw.
Mm-hmm.
So I never once thought that it was because of y'all. Because, you know, some people stay together for the kids.
Yeah.
I think, and I can confidently say, they work shit out.
No, your door just opened up like a motherfucker. Boy, you got the shit out of me.
They worked out.
I said, what the fuck is going on? What up, baby Jizzle? Boy, I thought you was about to get paranoid activity in this bitch. Oh, there she go. What up, fam?
What up, cuzzo?
Goro in the building, what you know about that Zeta behind you, nigga?
Yeah.
But you know what? That shit
Yeah.
cold. Yo, up, Jizzle? Baby Jizzle in the building.
So, like I said, I don't necessarily think. I know it wasn't just because of y'all. It was because how much they loved each other.
Facts.
Because they, hey, look, they the ones who put me onto the Sippers. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like they had each other's back. Yeah, they had disagreements about shit, but they had each other's back.
Facts.
So even if they did have a blown out fight, and the crazy, so this too, and I can commend Uncle Daryl for this. Uncle Daryl, even though they'll yell at each other and be pissed off, he never like called her out of her name.
Right.
Like I never saw Uncle. I've seen Uncle Daryl be pissed off and they have arguing, but I've never heard him say, "You dumbass bitch" or some shit like that.
No.
I've never seen that.
No.
So I've seen him yell and be the fuck upset. But as far as him saying, "You dumbass bitch," some shit like that, I never saw him do that.
Yeah, he ain't never been disrespectful.
He ain't never been. See, this is the thing about Pop, man. Pop was always.
Uncle Daryl is overprotective.
He will hurt himself.
That's one way to put it.
No.
That
Listen,
nigga crazy. Let's just say
that
what it
nigga
is.
will hurt himself first. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't see them in like the nitty gritty of it, and like the times where you would think he would say something like that. He doesn't lash out like that. Like he'll punch through a window, or a table, or
my fucking wall.
some shit like that. Yeah, it's another way for him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
He won't do it to her, but he'll go outside and damn near flip the collar.
Right. Now,
Hey, bro,
outside,
I
that
inherited
conversation is different. I inherited that too.
I inherited
You know what I'm
that.
saying?
Nigga,
Yeah,
when I get upset to that point, I go fuck a wall or floor.
And plenty of walls.
Oh yeah,
That's what I'm
and
saying.
doors too.
Yeah.
Shit.
Nigga.
I done broke cell phones and all types of shit.
But not mine.
There
There you go. There you go.
That's a different story. You know what I'm saying? That's different now.
Now, get going now. Get going now, goddamn. Get going.
Yeah, let's
Not
be
with her.
flip.
So
that type of shit happens, right?
Fucking kill you.
Oh, whoa. I don't know what you said.
y'all heard that too?
It sounded like curse words.
I thought that was too.
Oh,
That's
God.
what he said.
That's what it sounds like. I like it. Express yourself, baby.
The fucking kill you. Look at that.
Oh, my God.
The vacuum cleaner. You talking about the vacuum cleaner now?
I
Okay,
bet he is.
that's a different
I
story.
bet he is.
But like I said, watching them and because watching them have disagreements about stuff, that showed me, okay, you can have a disagreement in a marriage and it be okay.
Yeah,
And you can work through it. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, it wasn't no disrespect necessarily to Auntie Barbara.
Right.
But he'll go outside and you better not be walking down the street and say something stupid to him.
Facts.
Yeah,
Because you
like
about
I
to get
said,
all that
his
anger he
thing
got.
was different, man. You know,
I'm gonna tell you what I got from Pop, other than the like beating up on solid shit that could like really
I
ground
pushed
me.
my knuckle back.
I think it
in
would
college.
like ground it. Like I think to hit some, because even when I got that mad that I had to like release it, I always tried to find something that one I knew I couldn't break, but I needed something that could kind of like I can forcefully hit and know if I hit it, it ain't gonna go nowhere, but I could take all my anger out on it. Like I wasn't even trying to break. I just needed something to ground me at that moment. Like I'm about to punch the fuck out this concrete, and I know I'm not gonna break through this motherfucking concrete, but it might
You'd be surprised.
help me.
you will
know
be
what I'm saying?
surprised, boy.
So I didn't break
depending
through
on how mad
concrete
you
marble.
is.
Like I hit shit that I knew I couldn't break through. Like, cause I could have went and bust out windows and shit like that. I was like, nah, let me hit this shit. That's exposing a whole bunch of anger issues. But I'm better now. Fuck y'all. Anyway,
Oh no,
what I
because
got
look,
from
let me
Pop-
tell you
oh, no,
something.
that's to anybody judging, not y'all niggas. Pop showed me that you can go sit in the car, or you can go somewhere and calm the fuck down. Because a lot of times when they got to that point in marriage, I go outside and Pop be in the car smoking a cigarette. He might get drunk, fall asleep in the car. He sleep in the car. But he showed me that sometimes you need to get out of the situation to think it through.
Hey, another thing Uncle Daryl did, and I really appreciate him for doing it, and I've developed that too is I don't know if he did it with y'all, but I would think he did. Whenever it got to like a real bad argument or something, and I was over there, he always like pull me to the side like, "Hey, did you hear that?" And I'll be like, "Yeah." And he'll be like, "My bad for that.
Yeah.
I ain't necessarily want you to hear that." Because they never got into it like, well, face to face, like while we were standing right there, like in the physical room, but we hear it from a different room.
Yeah.
Nigga. Yeah. You
Right,
couldn't help but hear it.
right. But it was never like while we were standing right there. Because if we were standing right there, it was like, hey, Chaz out of here or something. Go in the room or some shit.
When I
Right.
got older, like maybe eighth grade, ninth grade, if it went down, he'll put me to the side. He'd be like, "Hey, man, don't even worry about that." Like he'll say it in that way.
Go downstairs,
You be like, "Man, don't worry about that. Everything good."
Hey,
Come out
For
the room, be
me,
like,
right.
"Man,
y'all,
everything good.
it
Don't worry
was a
about it."
little different, man, because me and Dad so much alike, right? So,
Ain't it though?
but for me and me and Pop, it was different because like I remember holding my dad, and you know what I'm saying, like he would be crying tears. You know what I'm saying? So my outlook on it was, you know, and I'm thankful for this. He always showed me his pain. Like he ain't try to be too masculine.
Right.
Like
He never
this
tried
thing
to.
just don't hurt me. You know what I'm saying? He let me know what just went down hurt him too. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And he would be outside the room. Like he wouldn't be in the room with mom. You know what I'm saying? They'll have a division. But when I would go out there with him, you know what I'm saying? Like it kind of like we could embrace each other at that time, and he let me like really see his vulnerability where it was like, as husbands, even as just as men, period, you know what I'm saying, we kind of train, right, that a man ain't supposed to cry, he ain't supposed to, you know what I'm saying, show emotion, he ain't, you know what I'm saying, and that's just not logical. So we be like locked up because society don't want a man to express it. You not being a man if you express what you really feel. So in them times, I'm like, yo, this is what I need because it let me know, all right, a man can do that. You know what I'm saying? And it's
Mm-hmm.
okay. It's okay for me to feel hurt and to cry and to, you know what I'm saying, really let them feelings out, man. And that came from my dad showing me that. You know what I'm saying? That came from him. So, we got the part of, yeah, you be tough. You know what I'm saying? Because hey, especially as black men, hey, we always fighting battles.
Hey.
But at the same time, we need that vent too. Or else
Mm-hmm.
you just gonna explode because everybody wants you to be macho. Be that man, but you not being less macho because you showing, hey, I got emotions too. I got feelings. You know what I'm saying? Like we all done been there, man. And B, I know you would agree with me on this. Man, divorce is hard. That ain't no easy shit. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you didn't invested, feelings and time and it's a lot that go into that. That's some painful ass shit. And nobody really asks a man how he feels. It's more catered towards the woman.
Hey,
You know
look,
what
let
I'm
me
saying?
tell you something. So with mine, okay, everybody thought I'm the one that did something wrong.
Right.
I'm the motherfucker that was to
Yeah, exactly.
blame
It's all on a man.
and
Exactly.
everything, and that wasn't the case. But one thing that, as a man and just as a person, period, watching Uncle Daryl and Auntie Barbara, Uncle Mike and Auntie Jackie, one downfall I had felt was no matter what, I kind of misunderstood the whole no matter what, you stay in your marriage.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
I kind of misunderstood that because, okay, my first marriage, yeah, we had a few good times, but I was miserable.
Yeah.
I was miserable as shit. But
Yeah.
I kept trying to make it work because what I saw was you make it work. But what I was experiencing and what I saw was two different things.
Oh yeah. Most
So
definitely.
in my mind, I'm like, okay, I need to try to make it work and all this. Even after she moved out the house, like, okay, I need to try to make it work because this is what I saw. And I guess you go through stuff like that. But in the inside, I was letting myself down
Yeah.
because I'm like, I know what I bring to the table. I know what type of person that I am. I know I want to be happy.
Right.
So I need to do what's best for me. And then you bring a whole other person into the situation. And you're like, oh, okay, well, then fuck all that. I'm
Yeah.
not about to do that because I
Yeah.
didn't bring another person into the situation. So the best thing for me was to go ahead, get a divorce. Now we cool.
So I'm about to talk some real man shit real quick. You know, I see my cousin just came in the room. You know what I'm saying too.
Hey, nigga, that's so raw.
So let me add something out from my second marriage.
Oh my God, that one don't count.
Go in there for a second.
So B, you made the statement
I
of,
know.
you know what I'm
Yeah, that one
saying,
don't count.
another motherfucker coming into play, and basically you like fuck that. And that's how I should have been, right? I should have been that nigga, you know what I'm saying, that was like another nigga that came into play and I need to just let this shit go. But instead, I went a whole nother route, right? So for me, this is the first time it ever happened. I lost myself,
Mm-hmm.
right? I lost myself, and man, look, I can say this. I beat out of her.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, completely. It was like an out of body experience for me. You know what I'm
Because
saying?
I look, so look, I can understand how you felt about that
Yeah.
because I'm gonna tell you this. Because we Gordwin men and we
Yeah.
got egos.
Oh, well,
And
that's
when
one
when
Y'all
we
thing.
sure do.
and
Y'all
That's
when
niggas
one
we
sure
thing,
do.
right? But
when
this,
and the fact of we taking care of home and as good as we look, you got the nerve to do this? Oh, you got the audacity? You got some audacity, huh? You
see,
got the audacity to do this.
The
that
minute
was
get
the
it
thing,
gone.
right? Because I'm like, you invest so much. Like, okay, me, just I'm gonna take it biblical for a minute.
Oh shit.
Okay, the Bible says that a man is supposed to love his wife as Christ loves the church, so much so, right, that he sets her apart from the world, which is sanctify her. Okay, he set her apart from the world. Okay, but he give his life, you know what I'm saying, to his wife. You know, and I was practicing that, man, in my second marriage. Like, I'm gonna be all that I need to be because in my first one we were so young. It was like, man, we don't know shit. You know what I'm saying? So now I didn't learn a little something. I didn't learn from, and now I'm like, okay, I'm gonna apply this, and I'm gonna be the best me I can possibly be. But you got to understand this too. In that concept, every marriage ain't a marriage built by God. It's not. You know what I'm saying?
I know
Some
for sure
shit
that
is
one wasn't.
what you put together because, hey, I feel like I can do better. You know what I'm saying? I can be better. And I need something to apply that to. But that don't mean that that's like sacred or a covenant. You know what I'm saying? That's still kind of like a contract within myself.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, okay, I could be better. And in my second marriage, that's what I set out to be. But she wasn't that person for that. You see what
Right.
I'm saying? So I couldn't put in what I was trying to be or really apply it because she never was meant to be that person. You know what I'm saying? So here I am applying. And I always tell people this, B, and D, y'all probably can relate to this too. You know, sometimes, man, you getting a mirror in front of you. That person you with is a mirror, and what you really loving is yourself. you loving what's reflecting, you know what I'm saying, of you, because you are loving for both people.
Mm.
You feel what I'm saying? So it's like
Deep.
I got a mirror here. I'm looking in this mirror and I'm reflecting. I know the kind of person I am. I'm giving it everything I got. I'm investing. I'm, you know what I'm saying, taking care of home. I'm providing. I'm doing all this. And that's your mirror. But the other person, they ain't doing none of that. That ain't that they not that person. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm reflecting me to me. And that ain't enough in a relationship. Relationship is supposed to be both of us. My brother say 100 and 100. But what if you got the
Facts.
mirror? The mirror is just 100% of you. You only reflecting you. You know?
Hey, and just to touch back on what you said, but at the same time too, in the Bible, adultery is not tolerated, and that's the only way you can get a divorce.
That's
So
what they say.
saw that, and I was like, oh,
Right.
This nigga deuces.
yeah. Hey,
See?
let me tell you something. But what I learned was okay, and I wasn't the perfect person in that marriage either, because y'all all know I could go from 0 to 100 real quick.
More moments later.
God damn.
Okay,
That
I'm
was a
gonna
whole.
start with this, right? Okay, so
Elder the Lord.
Hey, none of what was just discussed needed to be discussed again.
That's what I'm saying. That was the Lord.
Oh, Lord.
And this nigga
Hey,
incriminated himself like a motherfucker.
hey, God was like, nah, they ain't gonna put that on
He was
there.
like, God was like,
Oh.
I know you ain't smart at the moment, son, but let me tell you, that's some incriminating shit.
He
'Cause
like,
that bitch is
we gonna
shiesty.
regroup this. We gonna let them get that
Let
all
me
out.
sum it up for y'all. Brother can get to the red and really go ham. Beaton came a long way, and he's a great man. And he can't bring nobody else into his shit when it's solid. And I was a hoe until I got married.
let's see,
All
this is the
right.
thing. Okay, so
Well, I think all of us was till we got
oh
married.
yeah, man, please. Okay, but this is the thing, okay. So be what you were saying about how you can't bring anybody else into it. All right. On the day that she decided she wanted to get a divorce, my second wife wanted to get a divorce, right? I could have went out like you said, man, a plethora,
That's a
okay?
different story, though.
But
That's a
that's
different
another
story.
story, right?
No,
But
I'm saying once you say you want a divorce,
oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, they're like,
But
oh,
I'm
be like,
saying
oh,
this
this
to
fair
say this,
game.
right? I'm saying to say this, B. You
What
know
if
what
y'all
I
come
did?
back, though?
You know what I did? And she was out every night with this nigga. You know what I did? I separated all our shit. I packed up all my shit and I packed up all her shit. I spent my time separating our home instead of going out. Like you said, we could. We could have went out. But something in me was like, what the fuck I want that? I don't want that. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't. I put all my energy into, okay, you want this shit? Here go your half, here go my half. And I spent nights, every night she was out, doing that shit. Now the crazy thing is, right, on the last day, and then I'm about to move into my, my new place. I'm about to leave, go out to work. This is gonna be the last time we even see each other, right? She come climbing in the bed then, won't get it.
nah, fam, I'm good.
Right.
I'm good. No, I'm good.
And I'm
Nah,
just
you
like,
gonna fuck that nigga? I'm good.
yeah.
I'm good. Nah, my.
What we on right now?
Mind
This is
you,
my thing.
but look, check this out though. Check this
No.
out. Mind you, all of us are sexaholics. Nah, I'm good.
Nigga, I'm a nympho.
Look, I'm
Boy,
good. Nah, you can keep that shit. I'm
boy,
good.
I'm
They
a motherfucking
love it,
nympho. If
right?
I turn you
But
down, oh my God, it's a
but this is
wrap.
just my thing. I don't even look at it that way. Okay, we love sex, but we love sex with who we with.
Exactly.
Niggas ain't going out trying to get it from every, you know what I'm saying, chick. Even though we could. And there was times where hell we was hoeing, you know what I'm saying, like that. But still in all, I ain't satisfied unless I'm knocking down mine. What I know is mine. Now it's a difference. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I'm a conqueror of my shit. when you know it's yours, nigga, you a lion in that den. You know what I'm saying?
Look, you done all up in that, man.
Motorboating it.
Man, look.
Alpha
So, yeah,
baby.
I'm a sexaholic with my wife. You damn
Yeah.
right. ain't no.
I'm telling you, like I said, I'm such a creep. Like, she took a picture one time in my phone, and then she went to the photos and was looking for the picture, and then saw all these creep pictures I done took of her, and
Yeah, I
she
know,
didn't
right?
even know I took.
I know.
Oh, nigga, you a creep.
I just be snapping stuff on the low, you know.
Hey man, you
Like, I
got
need
to
what I
be like,
need to
damn.
do what I do now. Don't
Mental
ask me
Right, you
pleasure.
know
questions.
what I'm saying?
Hold on,
Ain't
mental
nobody tell you to look
pleasure.
at my phone anyway.
Hey,
Why you in my phone anyway?
sometimes you might not feel like it, you know. I just, I got pictures.
Hey, you're there, it is.
You
Like,
know,
yo,
my wife know I got pictures.
I
You
took
know
a
what
mental
I'm
picture, girl. So when I go to sleep, we're gonna have fun tonight.
saying?
I'm gonna see you in my dreams, and we're gonna have some fun in my dreams.
Man.
Mental pictures.
Yeah, man. You know, and ain't nothing wrong with that. You should be that way. I'm glad. To be honest with you, I'm glad I have that type of desire
Right.
for my wife because it
Because
could be
look,
right.
if we didn't, and sometimes, let's be honest, it gets on their nerves how much of a creep that we are. I know it do.
Oh yeah, it do.
It get on their nerves.
Let me know it all the
But
time.
if
Yeah.
we wasn't like that,
Man, what?
then it'll be a different type of conversation.
Oh
It'll
yeah.
be, I don't think you into me, or I don't think you know,
Exactly.
you really feeling me like that, or
Exactly.
you're not showing me no type of affection, or especially how we look, it'll go to y'all fucking somebody else.
Almost definitely. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
You know it's gonna go to that.
so it's I don't want no other woman.
Right.
Even when she makes me mad, I just be wanting to tell her down.
That's
Like,
that's good. That's what I'm
like,
trying to
listen
explain.
here. Like, you mad, huh? You
Yeah,
mad?
yeah,
You mad?
yeah. I got
Like,
you.
I'm not, I don't have no eyes for no other woman.
Right.
Like, I don't want it's plenty of beautiful women in the world.
Yeah.
You walk outside, you see beautiful women.
Mm-hmm.
I don't give a fuck about them. I
Mm-hmm.
don't give a fuck about fucking them. I
Mm-hmm.
want to come home and be a creep to who I'm laying in the bed with.
That's what I'm saying.
And if I'm not a creep towards her, then and mind you, it get on her nerves sometimes. Cause
It get on mine too.
it get on
I
their
told
nerves.
you.
Cause
See,
they don't look
look.
at it. They don't look at it how we look at it.
No, not at
You
all.
know what I'm saying? So how we look at them and how we lust over them, they don't necessarily look at it how we look at it. Like, not to say that they don't lust over us or they don't want us like that, but we're men. When our shit get hard, we want to fuck.
Yeah, most definitely. You know what I'm
Big
saying?
facts.
Look,
So you can't
bottom
sit
line.
here. You cannot sit here and think that me as an alpha male will be sitting here with this fine, thick ass black woman
Shit,
and
man.
not want to do something.
That's all I'm saying.
Are you
Look,
crazy?
I
Nigga,
look
And,
at
and, and at
fine
that,
man.
barbarian.
and at that, you're mine. I ain't got time to spit no game.
B,
I ain't got to do that. All I got to do is say, babe, come here.
B. I see the outline of my wife, nigga.
Man, look.
It's burning. You feel me?
Man, let me
Nigga,
tell you
I'm
something.
ready to drive her through the
boy,
bed.
look, Jake can come in there with sweatpants and a sweat on. I'm ready to rock.
I don't
Man, listen
exactly.
here,
Like,
man.
you ain't got to do. Look,
We ain't
I
got,
told her.
man,
I
look.
said, "Shit, you been a certain way. I'm ready.
Rap Jack.
Man,
I'm
look,
ready to
you could
smash."
be sitting here with your Amazon shirt on, typing on your computer. I'm like,
I'm
hey,
about
oh,
to
you
drop
looking
chip
kind
in
of,
this motherfucker in a minute.
because they
Exactly.
don't look at little aspects of how we look at them, like the way that you stand at a certain time,
Oh
or
man,
this little look you might have on your
bro.
face. We look at you and be like, man, and you mine. So
Yeah.
the fact that you are built like this, your personality, and you look good, that's a turn on for us.
Hey, B, I'll be trying. Okay, so I was trying to explain that to my wife, and maybe y'all can help me. Okay, I noticed that with women, like they kind of separate everything. So it's sex, it's love, everything is like separated. And I was
Yeah.
trying to tell her, with me as a man, it's not separated. It is all in one. Like my desire, my love, it all fuse one another. It's like it's fused together. So if I'm feeling like, man, I just love the shit out of you, most likely I'm feeling like I just want to fuck the shit out of you too. You know what I'm saying? It all runs together for me. Whereas with them, it's different because like my wife, she could be feeling like, man, I totally love him, but don't be feeling sex at all.
Right. Don't be feel like having sex right then.
Right.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
That's I hate.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, and then it makes me look like I'm, like you said, be the creep. Because
Right.
I'm
like I want it all the time when it's necessarily not like that.
But see, I try to tell her like this too. I said, think, you could get up and your pussy probably don't be wet. We get up hard. You know what I'm saying? Whether we thinking about sex or not. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just how we wired. We are designed that way.
And at the same
help me make
too,
sense.
we don't even necessarily think about sex all day.
No.
You do one little thing and then be
it's
like,
a wrap.
hey.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Right. Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Good God, girl.
Yeah.
Come here. Come here.
All in washing them dishes kind of good, girl.
Yeah.
Come here, girl.
Look, I told my wife, I said, girl, you sitting on that toilet a certain kind of way, ain't you?
Okay, now see, I ain't never went that far though. But
Yeah.
I ain't went there, but I will
Man,
the motherfucker come out the bathroom out that shower. And
shit,
like, I'm about to get right, nigga.
Because
it's like a gazelle in front of a lion. I'm a wolf.
Exactly, nigga.
And this is one thing that I had to learn too, because I used to think this a long time ago. Like, just because they necessarily don't want to do it at that time does not mean that they don't want us or, it's something going on. They just don't feel like having it at the time.
I mean, okay, and you know what? I'm learning that even now, right?
Right, because
my thing B2 is I just don't want you to look at me like I got a problem because I do.
That and to the point of with me, I have it set in my mind that if my wife wants it, I'm gonna give it to her. So if I'm sick, my back hurt, my foot hurt. Look, I could be wrapped in a full body cast. If she say she want it, just cut a hole in it so it can come up out of there. We don't go. But women don't think like that.
No, they
don't think like that.
No, they don't.
And I had to learn this because if I'm sick and you want it, I'm gonna give it to you.
Right.
But if you sick and I want it, you might not give it to me, and I can't get mad about that.
Gotta be understanding.
Because you're not looking at it how I look at it. You see what I'm saying? And
that's a big thing right there, though.
And that's a huge thing because us as men will look at if I'm willing to give it to you no matter what. You should be willing to give it to me no matter what. True. And it's a different aspect when it comes to how men think about sex and then how women think about sex. And then you automatically know when you marry, you shouldn't tell me no at all. That's how some men think. And I had to learn, like, no, I can't do that. I can't think like that because you could be honest to God tied and not want to toot it up in the air.
You know,
or you might hit.
I'm still learning.
Or you might hit it with the all right, go ahead.
Lazy.
Yeah, the lazy. And then you looking at it as a man, like, you know what?
I call it the double P.
I don't even want that because it's like
I call it the double P. It's pity
like,
pussy.
Right?
I can't stand pity pussy.
That's pity. Like, don't hit me with the go ahead and take it.
That's the pity pussy. I'll be like, because, I'm alright on that. That shit hurt my feelings.
What women don't realize about men, what they don't understand is, especially when men really, really love women, our dicks react off of how you act towards us.
Facts.
So if you hit us with the just take it, I think it'll be right hard. We'll be like, nah, I'm good. like, you know what? Nah. because we emotionally tied to you. So if we are emotionally tied to you and you show us any type of when it comes to sexual acts,
Hmm.
like nah, I really don't feel like doing it or giving us the runaround because we already got to focus on keeping it hard. Let's be real, we got to focus on keeping it hard.
Oh yeah, you
You know
got
what I'm
to.
saying?
It's a
So
tactic. You know,
if
it's a
it's a whole
skill,
tactic
nigga.
that they,
Yeah, it's
because
a
they don't
skill.
have to do that. They ain't got to do that. They ain't
Yeah,
got to think about nothing.
yeah, it's a skill, my nigga.
It's a skill. You gotta get down pat. So if we gotta get in our mind like, okay, she might not want it at this time, and I can't get mad at her that or think that it's something else because she could be dead just tired. So, we gotta just stop looking at it like that because yeah, we got in our mind that okay, I want it right now.
Yeah, most.
And we'll do a rain, sleet, or snow. Like it could be the Holocaust going outside, zombie apocalypse, and she'd be like, "Hey, let me hit it real quick. Hey, you know what? Yeah, we go ahead and do that real quick."
Yeah, most
But
definitely.
them, on the other hand, might necessarily be tired, or when they sick, they might not really want to do it or whatever. But at the same time, we can't get mad, and they can't get mad at us for wanting them
Right.
because that's what they
That's
should
all I'm
want.
saying.
They
Right.
should want us to want them.
Right. You should want
You
me to
know what I'm
want.
saying?
That's a
All I'm
beautiful
saying
thing.
is break it down as to why. You know what I'm saying? Don't just leave me like hanging. You know what I'm saying? That's the one thing I say.
Well,
Help
I
me
kind of come to
understand why you don't want it when I want it.
conclusion. I can kind of come to conclusion with mine now because it's like I get it now why she don't want to get down half the time because she be tired. Like I can kind of decide. You can discern at a certain point after a certain amount of years why a motherfucker tired. Now the thing with most of us, I ain't gonna say all males, but I know in my family in particular, is that we can get it in no matter what. So it's like it don't really fucking matter. I'm ready, but
No,
it's like
no,
Tavin
it,
Cabell, but for the other team, I'm ready. So
it, and it ain't to say that we ain't tired. Shit, we be tired
no,
too.
nigga, did you see the first part of it? I said it don't matter what, we
Oh yeah,
ready.
but it
We could
don't
be
matter.
tired, but
Like
I
B
ain't too
said,
tired for that.
it's
Ain't
not
that
gonna
right
Hey,
be
now?
no
Nigga,
time.
I'll be
This
sleep.
is my thing, and I explain it to my wife like this, right? If I go out into the world, okay, and I get these motherfuckers over 100% every day, motherfuckers who don't care about me, who could care less whether you know what I'm saying. I'm just another number on my job, right? Okay, and I get them all of that. It ain't gonna be no time I don't give it to you.
That's another thing.
You
I
you
don't
feel
know
what
never
I'm
what?
give
saying?
a
Wait,
job
Because
that
I'm
ain't
wait,
my
giving these
wait.
brand.
motherfuckers
You know
everything,
what?
and that's the flip that I be wanting them to see
I don't
too.
give it 100%
You
if it
go
ain't my
out
brand.
here, but you go out here and you give a large percentage, even of your time, to them, and then come home and the few hours you have with who you with. If you don't put that there, you gonna lose that shit. You know what I'm saying? Think of it: 8 to 9 hours of your day in a 24-hour period is really on your job. Okay, and you giving something because shit, hey, you still got to provide for your family. You got to do this, got to do that, whatever. You got to provide for the means of what we doing right now, right? I'm still giving even my time more than I would. I can't invest more in that shit. And then we didn't have this. We cannot be men that invest more in this worldly shit, trying to provide and lose what the fuck we providing it for.
And that's a good point. That's a very good point because people used to look at me like, how can you go to work and work all these hours and then get off of work and be up for the entire day
That's what I'm
doing
saying. They
stuff
don't
with your
understand.
family and all that and all that. And that's the type of mind frame I get. I can't go out into this world and give these people 15, 16 hours on my day and then come home and be like, nah, man, I don't want to do nothing for my family or make sure that
Right.
the family is straight.
Come
I
on.
can't do that at all.
Right. It's no different than what we were saying in the first place. Like when B brought up, okay, the way that our black women is being treated. Well, I can't go out here as a black man, get this white man every motherfucking thing and feel his dream, and then come home and not give it to my dream. Something is fucking wrong with that picture.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And vice versa. You know what I'm saying? Our women is out here doing the same thing. And then they come home and they completely burnt out. That's why I don't mind making sure my wife have a good shower, making sure I
Yeah.
rub her feet. I don't mind none of that shit. Making sure she got a meal. You know what I'm saying? When I know she didn't work the double or some shit like that, because hey, we both out here and the majority of our time is being put feeling somebody else's shit. You know what I'm saying? That
Hmm.
most of us don't even fucking know. We ain't
Man,
never
let me
even
tell
met
you
these
something.
motherfuckers. You know what I'm
And
saying?
we and there's another good thing about us too, because we kind of in the same career field. We just in different roles.
Yeah.
Like with me being a ops manager and her being a HR manager, but we're in the same career path.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
it's like we understand if each other got to work a whole lot or
Right.
whatever. Because if we was in different relationships with different people, they wouldn't understand that.
True.
Like
True.
they wouldn't understand if I get a call and something going on with the building, I got to get up and go to the building.
Oh yeah, you got to
Or
be in it.
if something, if we didn't plan to do something, oh, we might have to put that on pause because I got to go and do this.
Oh yeah, I
They
get that.
might not understand that.
And
So,
that's totally true, B.
right. So it's like, okay, I'm even grateful for that because people won't understand that. People won't get that. People be like, you working. And then it comes to that too. Like, you want a successful person
Mm-hmm.
and a person to make all this money, but when they work, you got a problem with it.
Mm-hmm.
You see
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? So it's like you want somebody to be broke,
No,
or
see,
do you want somebody that's gonna work?
right, and that's just the thing. But at the same time, okay, we gotta have that balance. We work, but we gotta know what we working towards, and it ain't
Right.
keep constantly feeding this motherfucker shit. Like me and my wife, we probably that perfect blend too, because like you said, B, y'all got that understanding, right? Okay, because y'all work, you know, kind of coincides with each other. But when me and my wife met, she had 4 kids, I had 4 kids. See
Hmm.
what I'm saying?
The
So
nigga Brady Bunch.
Damn, y'all
yeah.
got an
We like the
AP.
nigga Brady Bunch plus, okay?
Well, I
And
ain't that far behind y'all, but damn, y'all got 8 piece.
we got 9 because we
Okay,
had one
right,
together. We
right.
solidified the deal.
Ooh,
But the
shit.
thing is, okay, we can understand each other on how we can get this balanced because we both was going through the same shit. Really, and our major issue in ours has been more the outside shit than anything else because we a
Yeah,
blended family. You feel what I'm saying? So there's a lot of feelings and shit that go into that. Like, damn. And then you got to know you can't fix everything. Like that's something I've been learning. Like my wife was like, you can't fix it all. You know, some shit you gotta, it's gotta fix itself. Or
hmm,
you know what I'm saying? And us as Gordwin men, shit, we trying to fix every fucking thing. We
yeah,
known for that. Good, bad, and different. Even when we fuck up, we trying to fix it. You know what I'm saying? Right away. Like we need to patch this shit up right now. You know?
yeah.
We
Well,
some right now type men. Bottom line,
But I'm
that's
gonna jump
across the
in.
board.
Let me jump in this double dutch. You know what I'm
Please.
saying? I'm good and full of spirits right now. And they had like 8 shots in with eggnog. So they got them fully in the spirit. So now this is from the Lord. All right. I'm full of spirits. Just understand that. All right. So marriage in particular, it's a it it basically it only involves, in my opinion, the two people that's involved in it and how they shape their marriage. Now, aspects come into play from what we talked about earlier when it comes to the idea of marriage prior to them getting into it, the experience prior to them actually getting married, and when they actually say their I do's and go through what marriage really is. Everybody has that fantasy. Mostly women have that fantasy about, I'm married. You know, yeah, this is the goal to get married. But see, marriage is not easy. It
Not at
it
all.
is a constant continuation of learning who you're with and understanding who you're with. Because
Yeah.
even in life, period. But the main thing that I had to learn when it came to my marriage is seeking understanding and learning how to respond and not react. That goes all the way back to what I was first talking about, when you can go from 0 to 100 real quick, or you can go from red and not walk away. There's a difference between responding, because that involves actually taking the time to think out what you're seeing from both perspectives, and
Mm-hmm.
then
Mm-hmm.
coming to a conclusion on how you react to the situation. And then it's instantaneous reaction, which comes from straight emotional primitive responses like, yo, you just disrespected the fuck out of me, bitch. It's on. I'm about to do whatever the fuck I gotta do to get my point across. Now, bitch, fuck that thinking about it. It took me maybe 2 to 3 years and a lot of reading to get to the point where it was like, yo, okay, it's not about right and wrong when it comes to marriage or anything. Like, it's not about trying to convince the other person you're right. It's trying to first seek understanding on where they're coming from, so you can kind of get the logic out of it, because you both come from different backgrounds. So you
Oh,
have to understand and know where they're coming from, because in their mind they're completely right half the time. And I can't tell you that you're wrong if that's what you was brought up on. But off my value system and my moral code, that's not what I agree with. So you have to be grown enough to understand that, all right, this is where they're coming from, and I can't disrespect them on that because that's all they know. But that ain't where I come from. This is
Right.
where I come from. So you have to respect where I'm coming from. Now let's find a middle. And in the
Right,
middle, we
because
can find how to
it's
grow.
like you gotta have, I would say, an open forum with each other.
There you go.
Like, okay, this is how I'm feeling about this, and I'm about to say it how it is in my mind. Like, in your mind, I don't mean it as disrespectful, but I'm going to say it how it is in my mind, and then we can have an
hash
open
out.
forum and talk through it
Yeah.
See,
instead
and
of
that's what I
I'm
learned
about to
from my
say
parents.
this and then I say it and then you go the fuck off.
See, I learned, there you go. That's what I took
Because I
from
had
my
that bad
parents.
too. Like, you will say some shit to me
You
Right.
go fuck
and I
off.
will go the fuck off.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. Man,
See,
look.
And see, this is
That
why I
that takes
say
growth, baby. Trust me.
this is why I say I'm able I'm glad that I went through that, because I'm able to have that open forum with Tiffany where she can say some crazy shit off the top of her head and we can have a conversation to seek to understand what the fuck she was actually trying to say.
see, that's the thing. Seeking understanding. That's the main thing I learned this year. I ain't gonna say I know, and I've been married since 2012. So this year, I've really taken the hold of seeking understanding, because I started studying Buddha. It's a good nigga to
Uh-huh.
study. But it's seeking understanding and always coming from a place of peace, no matter what. So it's like, y'all know my wife, so she'll come off the top with some crazy shit just for, I'm like, what the fuck is that for? But it's like it'll come, but then I know my wife. I know I was her best friend for a year before we even got intimate, and then I
Right.
know her family. I know how she was raised. I know what she saw. I know her idea of marriage before she even met me. So before all this, before I started even try to better myself, at first I would react like, no, fuck all that, because I'm going off of me and what I saw, what I knew. But when it came to now, and then based off of my idea of marriage and what I saw, and I pulled from that, because from what I saw from my parents, I learned that I wanted to have discussions and not arguments. A lot of times when you first get into a relationship or a marriage, everything is an argument. When in actuality, all you're trying to do is have a discussion. But
Pretty
it's
Hmm.
much.
taken
I mean,
as an argument, because it's like on the defense on both ends without actually realizing you're on the defense. So it's like, yo, I'm not even coming at you. I can distinctly remember saying, yo, I ain't even coming at you in no malice way or even trying to argue. I'm just trying to talk. But every conversation would come off as an argument. It would come back as, no, you just trying to argue with me. It's a right or wrong. It's like, it ain't really about that. I'm just really trying to talk to your ass.
Because a
it's
lot of
big
people, what
time.
they do is They listen to attack instead of listening to understand.
There you go.
Okay.
So they'll listen to anytime it's something serious, they listen to attack. So they're not even listening to how you feel or actually what's going on. They while you talking, they're coming up with what they're getting ready to say. And what they're getting ready to say
Load
is,
the
you know
gun.
what, fuck this. I'm not getting ready to argue with you about this bullshit. And it's like that's not that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to have a conversation with you on how I feel about something. And me being married, I should be able to come to you as my wife, as the husband or whatever, and have this conversation with you about how I feel about a certain subject, and we can sit down and talk about it without you trying to get on the defense.
Well,
And
look, this
see,
is the thing, right? B, from what you like you just said, right? This how you know when shit like really compliments you, right? Okay. My wife, she don't talk. Like, she don't talk. She ain't that argumentative type, period. Me, I come from a background where we go ham.
yeah,
It is the complete opposite on that tip. She shuts down. She don't let me argue. She shuts completely off. So now I look like a goddamn fool if I'm just sitting there arguing with myself because, bruh, she ain't having that shit. It is a complete shut down. You
hmm
feel what I'm saying? And
Hey,
then it helped me manage really myself better in a way because I'm like, shit, okay, I need to, it make me start thinking differently
right.
because instead of thinking of attack, 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 attack ain't doing shit on my wife. You attack her, well, you by yourself. You feel what I'm saying? And
hmm
he know what I'm talking about. Like
nigga
my
just
wife,
yelling for no reason. And
you
another
just yelling for
thing.
no
And
reason.
another
It's
motherfucking
way
thing.
over.
You all the way in the
It
room,
ain't
sleep on
coming
your
back.
ass. And you know what else?
Look,
You
look,
know what
look. My
else?
my wife would go downstairs
Damn
and
shit.
and bake some motherfucking cookies or some shit. Come back up there and give me the cookies and shit. She,
And now you looking like an ass.
you
Like,
looking
And you
like
oh,
know
a
what
kid.
else?
Like
These
what the
cookies good as
fuck?
fuck.
What?
you know
Yeah,
what?
cookies good as fuck. You like
Why you ain't bring me before? You brought me three.
Nigga finding the reason. What I've learned is it's so much easier um, to not dwell in anger and reaction and just let shit go. It's hard, but it's easier on you energy wise to like it takes a lot to stay mad. I'm just gonna be real with you. It takes a
Whole
whole
lot.
lot
Oh
to
man,
stay
shit.
mad. Like now it can be intense as fuck when you are mad because you just want to get it out, but it takes so much to remain mad with someone that you really care about because
Yeah,
you
I
just want
can't
to get
do it.
that shit out the way and get back to caring for that person.
Right.
So I learned from the get go alone, like I learned that a long time ago. Like even if I had some shit to say, I say it and then I just forget it pretty much. Like I ain't got it out now. Now I want to get back to normal. And then like that shit don't fly with a lot of people because they're like, nigga, you just went the fuck off on me. You expect me to just talk to you like we
Yeah,
cool
that's how
again?
my wife
And I'm
is.
like, well, you know what, shit. I just had to get it out. No, but I had to come
Yeah,
from
yeah,
a
yeah,
space. It
yeah.
take a lot, and you know what, B, I commend you on going to counseling for yourself. And there, a lot of dudes wouldn't do that,
Yeah.
but I will say
Hey,
that
look,
you need to do that.
I tell everybody, if y'all going through something, and I'm not saying to go to like the church type of counseling,
Oh no, no, no. I get it.
because what if you go to the church type of counseling, what they're going to tell you is how the Bible is set up for marriage. And
Mm-hmm.
at the point in time, that's not necessarily what you're actually really dealing with per se.
Mm-hmm.
I should say, you. I went to a counselor that was an actual counselor.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, because I tried to do the marriage counseling in the church and it wasn't working. Maybe it was because the pastor was her cousin, but I
Yeah, that
just feel
makes
like it
more sense
wasn't
than ever
working.
now. That was a red flag
But
from the
I
get
went
go.
to a counselor for that was an actual counselor and found out a whole bunch of stuff,
Mm-hmm.
which helped me be able to deal with how I deal with stuff now.
Mm-hmm.
and helped me to even calm down how I go from 0 to 100 real quick. Like
Mhm.
I can't go 0 to 100 real quick with her, but if somebody is against her, I don't care who it is.
Oh yeah, it's over.
Oh yeah, it's a wrap.
I'm
It's over.
and she's the only person that can say, Brandon, no, don't do that. Let's handle it this way. And 9 times out of 10, I don't want to handle it the way that she wants to handle it
Hmm.
because I want to handle it how I want to handle it.
Exactly.
But then I gotta sit here and think and look at it like, okay, she's not necessarily looking at it how I'm looking at it. I'm looking at fixing the situation right then and now.
And she
So if
looking
I
at
if
your
if
best.
I go if somebody disrespect, okay, so I give you an example. Somebody disrespect her and I go and I shoot them in the fucking forehead.
Hmm.
That's my reaction to you disrespecting her.
Hmm. Hmm.
But I can't necessarily if she stop me and be like, nah, don't do it like that. Let's do it a different way. She's thinking long term.
Hmm.
I'm thinking of this
Right
motherfucker
now.
need to go right now because they
Right.
disrespect me.
Exactly.
I don't like what the fuck is going on.
Exactly.
And you know me, if I don't get to them, I can make a phone call and get them
He
to get to
got.
them.
Yeah. 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 He get got.
Yeah, you know
So,
them phone calls come real handy in this family.
Oh,
hey, I'm trying to tell
fuck
you.
all that's all.
A side note, it be so funny because people don't think it really can happen until it happens.
Yeah, it really can
And
happen.
motherfucker be like, "Oh, you got pulled like that?" Yeah. Don't
Yeah.
think because I'm just you see my sense of humor side and how I get along with everybody. Because when shit get real,
It
shit
get
can
real.
most definitely get real.
Yeah.
But she can go and be like, "No, don't handle it this way." She thinking long term. So in her mind, if I go and shoot this motherfucker in the forehead, then I'm gonna go to jail and I'm going to be taken away from the family. Now the kids got to come visit me in jail and all types of stuff, and have that type of instance going on with them. But in my mind, I know how to do it, and I'm not gonna go to jail because I know what I'm doing.
Well, you see,
Right.
you know what I
But
call it?
he's not thinking of it like that, and
Right.
sometimes you just gotta.
You got
I'm
to
glad I
mend the
went
boat.
because it was able to me to think bigger
Well, you
than
know, that's beautiful. You got to
huh?
mend the two, man. I call that the chess and checker method. Like
Yeah,
you've been raised to think of life as a game. When you think of the game of life, you be like, "Yo, man, it's chess." You think of 10 steps ahead, but it's really, if you're
right.
really smart and pay attention, it's chess and checkers mixed together because
Yeah,
you gotta think ahead, but you can't take your eye off the now. So
right.
men normally think in checker moves. Like it's like, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put you like that. Men normally think of the now, like you said. Also, you disrespectful, well nigga, I'm gonna X you off. That's a checker move. It's like this nigga I'm about to jump this nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna dump this nigga and this other nigga and this other nigga. I'm about to triple jump a nigga. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Your wife would be like thinking 10 steps ahead. Well, no, if you jump that nigga, this might happen, this might happen, this might happen, and you might be
Right. She
taken away
thinking
from her.
chess. Right.
So it's checkers and chess. You have to learn how to be mindful of the now and also protect your queen by thinking 10 steps ahead while
Right.
you striving to become a king and get your pieces back so you can direct the board how you want to. That's how
Yeah.
real niggas should be raised. But we've been put in this society where it's either you gotta think like it's chess, nigga. Niggas playing chess moves. Half the niggas who say
Hmm.
that don't know how to play chess, period. But they ain't understanding that it's chess and checkers. You have to see the whole board. It's both games. You got to learn how to play both simultaneously. And
Hmm.
that's just the male, that's the yin and the yang of life, period. It's the polar opposites. It's going to be like that. You have to have that type of balance. We already talked about balance when it came to God had to create the devil so there could be a balance between good and evil because he created both.
Hmm.
So it's like it has to be that balance. You have to be the extreme as a male because in your mind you're more protective, you're more logical, you're more freedom. Women are more love, they're more embracing, they're more, you know what I'm saying, infatuation. They come from that angle from it. And then you mend the two. That's why a marriage is so much more than just saying I do. And that's also why I say that you need to come into it knowing one, like we talked about, that you're enough, and two, that you're 100. Like you got to be 100 when you come into
Right,
a
you
marriage.
gotta
So
be
both of
willing
y'all,
to.
Thing, right? And I'm gonna bring something to both of y'all that I discussed with my wife not too long ago, and it was really a viewpoint I had on her that I really didn't know I had until really this year, right? So, you know how you go in the store? All of us done worked in some grocery store at one point in our motherfucking life, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
You know how you got that can that's got this dinged up, it's got the dent in it, probably done fell on the floor, hit a shelf, some
Mm-hmm.
shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Okay, that's your damaged good, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then you got the other can that's solid, right? You think that's whole, more whole than the damaged good because it's so fucking dinged up, right? But really, the substance in that can is the fucking same. It's just that the can is dinged up, right? We look at it in a lot of point of views, even in our marriage, we look at each other more so as damaged goods at certain points. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, damn, you this beat up ass can. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not getting to really know what's inside of you because I'm looking at the surface of the shit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, okay, the surface of this don't look like this fresh can here. Most of us, if we go in the grocery store, we ain't gonna grab that, but it'll feed us just the same. We gonna grab the whole one. You know what I'm saying? Where the label ain't broke
I'm gonna
off.
kind of grab the cheapest one. That's just the
I
way my
mean, I
wife
mean,
is.
still in that,
No,
you
I
can
see
have
what he's
cheap
saying. I see
ass
what
I
he's
know. I'm
saying
just
damaged
though.
being a
goods
dick
too.
about it. I got to.
Yeah, you can have cheap damaged goods. It can be the same. I'm just saying you have that same can, same brand, cheap or expensive. It could be damaged goods in both. But now check this out. So I go back to the shot at Granny house. And you know what we used to bring home B to barbecue every Friday from the grocery store? All the damaged goods shit that they had.
Mm-hmm.
All of it. And we would feed a bunch of motherfuckers barbecuing every motherfucking weekend off of the damaged shit. And the only reason it was damaged was not because it was expired, not because of none of that shit. It's either it dropped or something like that.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Just a little small detail. Now we all ain't perfect. You know what I'm saying?
A lot
But
of times we dropped it in there so we can get it for the cheap. Let's be
right.
put that
Well, you know,
Nigga, that's what I'm saying. So, you know, okay, it's getting past. We got to know that even the damage part can have some damage control. We can really, you know what I'm saying, even get the fullness of that if we stop looking at surface shit all the time too.
out. Mm-hmm.
I mean, y'all tell me what you think.
No, you hit it right on the head. You're absolutely right.
You know,
Cause man, I just think people need to, like I said, when it comes to marriage, people need to stop worrying about other people's thoughts of their marriage and worry about the two people that's married
that is.
and worry about what's going on in their household and what works for them. Because again, what works for other people might not work for somebody else, but you can't let the shit that other people say or think how your marriage should be dictate what your marriage is.
Almost definitely,
Because, like
man.
I say,
Don't
a lot
put
of stuff me and Tiffany do might not work for somebody else. But we not about to let nobody on the outside be like, well, you should change this and that or something like that because it works for us and it makes us happy. And people not going to understand that.
B. I'm with you 100% on that because me and D had this conversation in another episode, and that is stop putting unqualified ass motherfuckers in your business.
Man.
You feel what I'm saying? Most motherfuckers out there giving that kind of information and shit like that, either they ain't married. You know how it is for a motherfucker who ain't married, but they try to give you advice on your marriage. They ain't got kids, but they try to give you advice on kids. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, you ain't
Mm-hmm.
qualified I can't, and I gotta stop qualifying you to be that person to come in and give me a message or instructions on my shit. If
I
you ain't
feel you.
sharpening me, nigga, you
You
gone.
can't tell me nothing.
Can't tell me shit. You know what I'm saying?
Well, my thoughts on that is simple. It's like, nigga, if you ain't in it, well, you ain't in this. So it's like, you
Right,
know, like
exactly.
that's
Right.
it. That's the only thing I can say. Yeah, and that go for anybody, nigga. That go for my parents, nigga. Like, you ain't in this. You know what I'm
I
saying?
Right.
ain't, I
Yeah,
ain't,
This
yeah.
ain't y'all's. This, but okay, see, it did it again. All right, so we about to do this real quick. I ain't doing this again. All right, so here you go.
okay, but
Right.
look though, but we can. So I can say if say me and Tiffany get into
Mm-hmm.
it, and her mom calls me,
Mm-hmm.
I can sit there and talk to her mama,
Mm-hmm.
and her mama can make me understand some things.
That's
That
because she.
makes sense. I've been
Yeah,
there.
yeah, that makes sense. She raised her. Shit, why can't she help you understand?
Like
Shit.
I love Tiffany mama. Like
Yeah,
Tiffany
man.
be
Shit.
jealous on
I
how
love my
me and her
wife more.
mama cool.
Don't be
I love Tiffany
jealous.
mama.
Don't be jealous.
She be jealous.
Look
She
with
be
that
jealous
one.
how
Don't be
me.
jealous because your mama want me as a son.
I know, right?
It's okay. It's okay. You gonna make it. You gonna make
Mama
it.
know what it is.
All right. So since we rounding it down, as you can see, so
Hey, wait.
if
Let me
you
just say one more thing. I just want to take the time to put out there that the fact that the Breach's hair is luxurious,
ain't it though,
and the fact
let
that
these
this
niggas
man's
know what
hair
they can't see,
touches his shoulders.
nigga. It's on my back. But here it is.
Hey,
Here it is. We got a little bit of time left. I want everybody, if you had to give advice to husbands who get into marriage, what would be the best advice you can give them?
understand your woman.
I like it.
Mine would
Understand your
be,
woman.
mine would be go all in.
I like
Don't
it.
halfway do that shit. Go all in. Give it everything you got. Don't be the man that, hey, I'm too strong to be vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? Be all that with your woman.
Hmm.
I like it.
Get on. Cry. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it need to be. Let her have it all because that is your equal. That would be my advice.
Okay, cool. Well, I got a couple of things. One, look at her mama, because that's how she gonna look when she get older. No, I'm playing. All right. So I got a couple of aspects. One, um, before you even make that leap, make sure that you love her as she is and not fall in love with potentially what she could be. Because if you fall in love with potential, you might get let down. Two, um, learn the love language. That's an interesting thing, but also understand that once you learn it, the way that you give love might not be the way that your spouse receive love. So also learn how to step out of that and be man enough to do what's necessary. Because your way of expressing love might be words of affirmation, but her way of receiving love might be gift giving. So you have to learn that even though this is my way of expressing love, this is your way of receiving love. So let me take the extra step to do that for you.
Mm-hmm.
Other come from a place always of seeking understanding so you can respond rather than react from emotion.
Mm-hmm.
That is always a issue because that's where arguments are birthed from when you just react. Take your
Hmm.
emotions out of it, seek understanding so you can understand perspective, and then come from a logical space when you're talking to your spouse. Always, always. I don't give a fuck what it is. It can be over cornbread, nigga. This cornbread is terrible. Seek understanding of why that shit was terrible. You know what I'm
I
saying? She might
I
didn't
got
use Jiffy. She might want
I
to
got
try it
one
like
more too.
other shit. It didn't work. What you got? What you got, man? You saying something there? I don't want to cut
I
you.
got one more too, man. And this is something I didn't noticed, and I don't know, y'all probably noticed this too. But all of us who have children, you know what I'm saying, know that make your marriage the example that you want them to have because they always watching you.
Ah,
You know what I'm
good one,
saying?
good one.
You know, if make your marriage the example.
Hmm.
Like we talked about in the beginning of this how we saw marriage and it shaped us into our marriages. because we had examples of what marriage should be. You know what I'm saying? That be that man that makes a good example. You know what I'm saying? So that when your kids watching, they'll have these same kind of conversations too. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That's where I'm in at.
I like
You're
that.
absolutely right about that.
And most of all, nigga, listen. Just listen. Listen to what the fuck is being said, because and be able to step out of yourself and understand it's not a sacrifice or anything like that. Like, we all highly male dominant alpha wolves in this bitch. So, but it might be times, you know what I'm saying, that you got to step out of that role and step out of the. What I've learned that you have to do is take expectations off at times of what you expect a wife to be when they get into certain situations where they're stressed out or they're tired or they're this or that, whatever it may be. You have to learn how to take at the drop of a dime the expectations. And this is vice versa for you wives out there too. Don't get it twisted. All this shit applies both ways. But take the expectations off and go back to the friend when you was just a friend and there was no expectations on there. Because that's when you fell in love with a nigga in the first place. Take the expectations
What you just
off
said.
so you can step back into that friend mode and then understand what your significant other need at the moment.
D, what you just said, man, you know what, we kind of feeding off each other, y'all, but I'm going to make this last one, and this is it for me. Serve each other.
Boom. I like that.
Yep.
Okay, be
like
a
that.
servant
Take that.
to each other. Okay, that way ain't nobody feeling like, hey, I'm sacrificing anything to give you this. I just want to serve you. You know what I'm saying? Serve one another. And hell, that to me, that'll solve a lot of motherfucking issues. If you ain't always thinking, well, serve me, and I'm going to, instead you thinking, I'm going to serve you.
Facts. And on that note, I'm about to serve these niggas this good old Berg salute. So this is what we doing. It's up to it, down to it. Fuck those who don't do it. We do it because we used to it. Drink, motherfucking drink. Hey, B, I appreciate you being on here.
Appreciate it, B. Yo.
Yeah.
Everybody,
So right
your
on.
information, man. Give everybody your social and your information on your brand and your business.
All right, so go to adb180.com. Go on to adb180 Instagram and Facebook.
There, y'all got that right. Buy some shit. Support, goddammit. That's the only way we're gonna grow.
Black business matter. You feel me?
Hey,
Grow.
badass.
That's
Yes,
all
sir.
I'm saying. Then on that note, man, look, keep a smile on your face, love in your heart. Stay focused, stay disciplined, stay dope.
Stay dope.
Peace out.
All my life, been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle paid the price. Want a slice, got to roll the dice, that's why. All my life, I've been grinding all my life. Look, all my life, been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle paid the price. Want a slice, got to roll the dice, that's why. All my life, I've been grinding all my life. Look, I'm married to this game, that's who I made my wife. Said I die alone, I told that bitch she probably right. One thing that's for sure, not a stranger to this life. Got a safe that's full of Franklins and a shoulder full of stripes. I don't know a nigga like myself. I say self-made, meaning I design myself. County jail fade, you can pull my file yourself. Spy race.